Hello, my name is Deanna Ford. I'm the festival chair with the Thunder Bay Environmental Film Festival. It's 2017. It's our 8th festival. We've been at this for a bunch of years, and this year we have 11 films, 2 shorts that we're going to be screening. This is all possible thanks to funding from our funder, the Ontario Arts Council, and our sponsors. I'm standing here today with one of our sponsors to talk with him for a few minutes about what he's doing and why they're sponsoring us and how it works for the festival. And I have to point out that we're actually in the lobby of where we're going to be screening all of the films. We're in the Bora Laskin Theatre. I'm standing here today with Paul Berger. He's the chair of the Graduate Studies in Research and Education. And Paul, why are you sponsoring the film festival?
Well, it seemed like an excellent fit for us, Deanna. We have a program here called the Education for Change stream in the Master of Education program that's well subscribed. We've got lots of people in that program. And there's 3 different specializations in Indigenous education, social justice education, and environmental and sustainability education. So it couldn't really be a better fit for us. We have an auditorium here that's good for lots of big groups of people. The foyer that we're in is reasonable to come into. Mm-hmm. So it just made sense for us to try to. We also have a real desire to have community contacts. So some of our students are working on different projects or different things in the community that are related to these fields. But we also are really happy to have community coming into the building here and making use of the space.
Well, we really appreciate you inviting us in to use this space. Being a community event, we also like to connect with other organizations and the schools. Lakehead University is a perfect fit as well, so thanks for having us. So I was wondering if there's a topic, an environmental issue or topic of the many there are out there that kind of really touches you personally, that just something you really focus on.
I think for me, climate change is the big defining issue of our time. It's ended up being something that in my outside of work time as a climate change activist, I'm active in Thunder Bay. I see you've got a great little concentrations of films that are climate change related, including about the Paris climate change talks on this Saturday afternoon, which should be really amazing. I just think it's something that as people learn more and more about it, they understand both the urgency of the problem, but also the opportunity that we have to reinvent society and move towards a place where we have less inequality and more sustainable social relations as well as environmental relations. So it's really great for me to see that you've got a focus on that at this festival. There's lots of environmental challenges, but this is certainly one of the big ones. And I actually teach a course here called Climate Change Pedagogy to people who are becoming teachers. And what I find consistently, I just finished teaching it for the 3rd year, people know that climate change is happening. They feel disempowered by it. They feel pessimistic about the prospects, but they don't really understand much about it or the depth of the urgency. And as they do find out more about that, they tend to become more active or more likely to be active. And when they also see some of the amazing things that people are doing to try to work on this problem, they also see some hope for the future and ways forward for us. So I think it's just, that's sort of the issue that I'm really interested in, and it touches on what I do professionally as well as what I do on the side.
Wow, and we do have quite a focus, like you're saying, on climate change. And it's interesting, our Saturday morning film is called Samuel in the Clouds, and it shows climate change where it's landed. It's set at in a mountain range in Bolivia where it was a ski mecca, year-round skiing, and we see in the film that it's just clear mountains from one end of the spectrum to the other. The next day, well, not specifically a climate change film, we have a film about permaculture, and which is one of the ways of dealing with and just healing our planet, is shifting how we operate. So it's kind of an interesting morning to morning balance of films, which is one of the great things about coming to a number of films, if you can, at the festival. So
I think that's excellent, and I think people really need to see that there are ways that we can live on the planet. We don't have to go back to living with no electricity and walking everywhere. We're not going to do that, and we don't have to do that. So to have films like that show that there are ways to do what we would have called agriculture, but permaculture is specifically a way to do it, and to keep doing it forever on the same piece of land, I think it's really inspiring for people.
Yeah, and it is possible to do it up in this area too. I know there's a concern around our weather and whether we can do this or not, but there's ways to do things. So, and actually a number of films will touch on that too, one of the youth projects. So I was just wondering if, well, maybe we've touched on it already, but I just wondered if there's any films in particular that you really are really keen to see.
I think, again, just the climate change films on the Saturday afternoon would be my priority for sure, but it's hard. There's so many interesting things. And it's great that people come out and support the festival and learn more about things, because I think we find that as you learn about things, you end up taking more responsibility. You know more about the issues. You're more likely to actually act. And that at this time in 2017, we need action. And I don't mean we need people to just start recycling or ride a bike a little bit more. We need big systemic change. Yeah. And for that, we need lots of people to be involved. And education is part of that, awareness raising. And film is a great medium because it reaches people who might not sit and read a whole book on a subject. And I'm sure a lot of the film goers have also read books on subjects. Yeah, but that's really why we're keen on this kind of an event as well. It's very accessible to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. You can learn an awful lot in a really short period of time. And then if you can come to a bunch of films, you'll see all these diverse topics. Excellent, yeah.
And I think you'll see also lots of artistic responses and a lot of creativity, again, in a way that if you're just reading a book or journal article about climate change, you might not see, or some of these other big topics.
Right. Well, just before we wrap up, is there anything else that you'd like to say about anything while we're standing here?
Just a big welcome to the festival. It's great to have them here in the Bora Laskin auditorium this year. And we're really looking forward to hosting and hope that you have a fantastic festival.
Thank you so much. We're pleased to be here. And I want to tell everyone where here is. It's actually really easy to find. It is on the Lakehead University campus, but we're right off of Oliver Road. Parking is right beside the building. It's super easy. Festival runs from April 19th to the 23rd. That's Wednesday evening, Thursday evening, Friday evening, all day Saturday, and most of Sunday. Films are free. Donations are appreciated. And ultimately, you can find everything you need to know about the film festival, including trailers for all the films, on our website, ecofilm.ca. I'm Deanna Ford signing off. See you at the movies right here in the Bora Laskin Theatre.